G'day and welcome back to my internship vlog. This week I headed down to Narcat entrusted with one of the work vehicles for the first time. I was down in Narcat to help out with vegetation surveys, mainly targeting Fabalium. So along with 4 botanists, we completed many 2x2 meter quadrants searching for Fabalium. The Fabalium were either existing plants that had been tagged or tagged Fabalium that are no longer alive or are now missing, and new individuals that we then labelled. The process involved measuring existing and new Fabalium plants, height, girth, number of flowers, number of seed pods, and closest distance to another Fabalium. We were capturing all this data for research and monitoring of Fabalium before and after fire. Pretty much we were investigating how it responds and how long it remains in the system after fire, how it performs after fire, its health and current population, and recruitment. Fabalium is threatened and thus a keen interest has been taken into understanding how it fits into the landscape, how it copes with fire and with competition. Usually we expect Fabalium to be in the landscape between 5 to 20 years after fire. As a result of this, we discussed fire management, and one of the botanists suggested we needed more burns just for Fabalium. However, we then discussed how the landscape should be as a mosaic model, as other species cannot tolerate such frequent burning. The idea would be to allow the landscape to be of different fire ages and have a more diverse landscape. The issue, however, is that since so much of the landscape has been modified by humans, it is hard to have enough space to run such a mosaic model, as each individual patch wouldn't be large enough to sustain a population. This kind of issue leads to the local extinction of species, including the Medley emu wren from South Australia, which I talked about last week. As managers, we can't just afford to target a single species without considering the ecological impacts that it might have on other species. I finished off the week by putting in the remaining Dengali camera traps. We got our first bit of data, but it was too short of a period for any foxes to be seen. Remembering these cameras live out the bush for 6 months at a time, and thus the couple of weeks that we had them out is not long enough. Progress this week, we got the cameras in at Dengali and Kelpram now, and we can check them just before I finish my internship, so that's all good, that's all set up. So the challenges this week, much as last week, it's all about learning those species names. Being with 4 botanists, names were coming out thick and thin, and it was pretty hard to keep up. I did learn a fair chunk, trying to learn the Latin names and trying to learn the common names and see what they're actually talking about. Trying to keep up was pretty difficult, but all good. I'm tracking well, getting great variation in my work and great broad knowledge by working with birds and now plants, moving on to reptiles and small mammals during the animal surveys we have in a couple of weeks. Having really good discussions, applying university subject material to real world situations, which is really good, getting an opportunity to apply all the things I've learned at uni to the actual things that I'm doing now. Anyway, that's all for this week. I hope you can come and watch next week for more regent parrots and an adventure to Gluepot.
Fabalium, 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 the Fabalium.